Thanks for joining us for the Hospitality Hangout, a hospitality-focused podcast where the founders of Branded Strategic share their insights and bring technology and innovation leaders that are making things happen in the industry we love. My name is Jimmy Frischling, otherwise known as the Finance Guy. I'd like to introduce my partner, Mr. Michael Schatzberg, otherwise known as the Restaurant Guy.
And thank you for that kind introduction, Jimmy. And to all those listening, feel free to call me Shatsy. Together, we are the personalities behind Branded Strategic Hospitality. We are at the intersection of hospitality, food service, technology, innovation, and capital. Jimmy, we are doing it all.
You know what? I like it. And I got to say, I think you're sneaking a few things in there, but it's all good. We're legitimately doing those things. But today, Shatsy, we're excited to bring you a special episode of the Hangout live from the Restaurant Franchising and Innovation Summit in Nashville.
Nashville. Whoa.
What do you think, Shatsy? How do you like Nashville?
I got to tell you, loving Nashville, loving the country music. I'm not a big country music guy, but I got to tell you, I'm loving the country music. I'm loving the dry barbecue.
Dry barbecue. It's a dry barbecue.
It's interesting. I never had the dry barbecue.
You could have had it.
And I got to tell you, we're going to talk barbecue because we got a great guest right now. We're going to, I think someone who knows a little something about barbecue.
I think you are correct. So with that in mind, you know, we let's get right into it with our first guest today, Laura Dickey, CEO.
Royalty in the restaurant world,
Dickey's Barbecue Pit. This is an honor and a privilege. We've met a number of your colleagues over the years, but now we get to work with the CEO. So let's jump right into it. Laura, what is it like to be back at RFIS?
It is great. Thanks, y'all, so much for having me. It is wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be in Nashville. That is part of barbecue country, so I feel right at home. But the show is great. I mean, it is one of my favorite shows. You have so much good technology. You have so many great folks that are really focused on the innovation. I think that's what makes the show exciting, because everybody comes to talk about what they're doing and what they have planned. And that's always just a really fun, exciting thing to see.
It is. And I got to tell you, we are at the Grand Hyatt Nashville. And I got to tell you, Jimmy, I don't know if this is a new hotel or not, but I got to tell you, it is set up well for a conference. They got plugs everywhere. They got USBs everywhere. A lot of seating areas. Really great. So let me tell you, Laura, you were a presenter today.
I was.
You were a presenter on the morning panel, Data Drivers Decisions. How to queue up data to drive marketing decisions. Can you share a couple of take-homes from your discussion for those who couldn't make it?
Absolutely. Hopefully, almost everything that everybody's doing in the restaurant is now driven by data. And as y'all know so much about the restaurant industry, you have more data, more software, more innovation. I mean, it's just compounded and compounded and compounded that you have as much technology in a restaurant now as you do food. Right?
It's. I got to tell you, it's incredible.
And it is. You are right. It's what the folks expect, but that really does nothing for you. All of that software, all that disparate information, if you can't pull it in one place, one central, simple data platform that is easy to access. It's the same across the organization, that you've pulled out all the noise from all your different data sets, all your different third-party vendors, all your different marketing, all your different ad spend, your POS. You've got to be able to pull it in, clean the data, and present it back in a way that is simple and actionable. If you can do that with your data, then you're not drowning in that data lake. You could really use that data to drive the business forward.
So let's talk about Dickey's. How many stores does Dickey's have these days?
We have over 550 barbecue restaurants.
Is that breaking news, Jimmy? 550 Dickey's barbecues?
I think we knew that, but okay.
It's not breaking news. We knew that.
We knew that a lot of barbecue. A lot of barbecue.
So you have 550 Dickey's barbecues. Give us a little sense of what kind of tech are you using to bring in all this data? What are you doing? How are you doing it?
So we built our own platform. We did that 10 years ago. So we have Smokestack, appropriately named.
Appropriate name, yes.
And it really is what we call our barbecue operations service center. It pulls all the data in from all those different pieces and parts. Now, if I wasn't doing it in-house, if we hadn't built that ourselves, I would use somebody like PAR, for example, or
now, PAR, the POS company.
Yes.
Some people, good people. I know PAR, but our listeners might not know PAR. We have 4 listeners. We have 4 listeners now.
We have more than 4 now.
5 listeners. Well, not including us. 8 including us. 8.
And I say that with great respect because we build all our own technology. We have an in-house technology company, Spark Tech, that we started with data.
Is that breaking news?
Hopefully in the restaurant they know. But we build it all ourselves. We pull it in all ourselves. We have our own POS, our own loyalty. We do all that. But if I wasn't doing it in-house, I would look for a partner like that.
Like PourMyBeer.
Yes.
Good people over there. And they are definitely a top of the line point of sale. And especially if you're growing leaps and bounds like you guys are, that's definitely the way to go. So here at the show, we're in Nashville. What companies, you walked the show a little bit. You've been to the expo. What are you seeing that's exciting? What are you seeing? What's the buzz around?
Well, some of the most interesting things to me is the seamless payment. So everybody talks about kind of the controversial part of third-party vendors, right? They're here to stay in the industry.
Yes.
I'm just going to say it. Even as I think we're probably moving towards that recession, it's not formally announced, but it'll be there. They're your least price-sensitive guests, right? So they're on third-party platforms. But a lot of the industry doesn't embrace that. What I love to see is different ways that the rest of our restaurant, online ordering, app, those sorts of things can find parity with third party, and that's through seamless pay. So I've loved checking out each of those vendors that can pull in some of the reasons I think folks gravitate towards that third party vendor. It's stored, it's personal.
It's easy.
It's very easy. So find parity there. I think one of the first easiest ways to do that is to find a one checkout stop that really just seamless pay partner.
It makes a lot of sense. And as an operator of over 550 stores, and which generation are you in the Dickey's chain of royalty?
Well, I am technically third generation, but I am married in, actually.
Married in? Is that breaking news?
I don't know if that's breaking news, but I gotta say, definitely counts. My wife would say married in counts.
Yeah, married in counts. I don't care. You're a Dickey and you're royalty as far as this podcast is concerned. You are royalty in the restaurant world. As an operator, coming to this show, what have you learned so far? Is there anything you've learned, anything that you didn't know when you came in that you know now? Outside of that, you'll never do this podcast again.
No, great. I think that it's been refreshing to see and have validated that everyone is having the same challenges. And there's sometimes those things to see how everyone has their own approach to dealing with some of the same pain points, specifically vendor supply chain challenges. And we're all, I've learned from those in the industry that are attacking that challenge differently than we are, but we all have the same challenges. So that's been really great.
We always say, Jimmy, you ask an operator, what are your top 5 challenges? They're all going to probably say the same ones, maybe a slightly different order, probably the same challenges.
Absolutely.
I agree. This is one of the most fragmented industries I've ever seen. And yet, to your point, both your points, whether right now labor is causing issues. You talked about the off-premise and solving for making it a better experience for the guest and one that it still creates value for the operator. So I agree. Same set of challenges, people approaching it a little differently. So I have to ask, what is new at Dickey's? You guys are making things happen. Can you share a little bit with our listeners of what's going on? What's new?
Sure. We have added several virtual concepts. That
another buzzword, virtual concepts. Let's talk about that.
So we have done that, and we are now also moving those back to the brick and mortar, a little bit different than how some people evolve. But that's been great for us. So we had that as a very voluntary option for our folks that were already in the system that wanted to add additional revenue streams. Very, very, very easy to do when you're already there, and they have done so well that we have those existing operators that are saying, "Great, now let's expand."
What kind of brands? Can you give us some names? Give us some. What are we talking about?
Wing Boss.
Wing Boss.
Yes,
I like it.
And those are great pit smoked wings, and that is our unique spin. Everything that we're doing in our concepts is pit based.
Gotta have a little barbecue.
So you have the barbecue there.
Yep.
So we have Wing Boss with our pit smoked wings. We have Big Deal Burger, which is pit smoked burgers.
Pit smoked burgers. I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
It has this wonderful barbecue flavor to the burger, the patty, and it is stacked up and it is big and it's
Can I get bacon on that? Can I get bacon?
You absolutely can.
Is it smoked bacon on that?
Anything.
All right. As long as smoked bacon on that, I'll take that. I like the burger. I'm
a single meat guy.
Really?
You don't want to mix meats?
I'm a mixed meat, single meat. But don't get me wrong, love a burger. I also love bacon, egg, and cheese. Sorry, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, but one meat at a time. One meat at a time. All right, just category of TMI, but I'm just sharing it. You just mentioned Wing Boss, and you talked about how you're bringing it from virtual to brick and mortar, and that is usually the other way around. And how is the experience going?
It's great. It has been so exciting for the operators. So we pulled this in when we had challenges in the pandemic to, again, add revenue streams, add opportunities, just increase market share and share of wallet without huge capital investments. And then again, we have had such a great response. Our third concept, because we have 3, is Trailer Birds. It's actually hot chicken.
Wait a minute, Trailer Bird.
Now you got
Wait a minute,
Schatzberg.
I got the wing balls. A Trailer Bird. What's Trailer Bird?
It is hot chicken. And it is pit smoked hot chicken.
Are we in the right town for hot chicken?
It is awesome.
We're in the right town for hot chicken, right? Is it Nashville hot?
That's hot.
It is.
It's Nashville hot. Look at that trail. I like that.
But, yeah.
It's Texas hot. But we're in Nashville, so I get a little plug to Nashville.
You want to give a plug to Hyatt. Cool it, Chat.
Oh, yeah, enough about Hyatt.
You want to give a shout out to Hyatt.
Hyatt.
Yeah,
Grand Hyatt.
This last segment was Hyatt. And by the way, we are loving you, Hyatt. We are loving you.
We just got an extra 25,000 loyalty points on our Hyatt account.
Hey, way to go, Hyatt.
For that mention.
Well, I love Hyatt too, then.
From your panel, there's no question that you clearly understand the value and the embracement of data. Can you just share a little bit, maybe the role data is playing at Dickey's?
It drives our decisions. So we take data and we look at every 15 minutes what's happening with our sales, what's moving, what's not moving. We adjust our afternoon digital media buy based on what happens when a store opens in the market. So we're driving everything through data. We talk through sentiment analysis with our guests all the time. Really, what are their care abouts? One of those interesting things that has come about recently is folks have always wanted us to be, authentic, third generation. It just really works for us. What was interesting to see through data is this really new concern about safety, security, and food. That makes total sense, right?
Right, sure.
That's changed how we've done our packaging.
Well, I was going to say, you see those TikToks, and you see a guy, driving the food over your house. He's reaching his hands in there, grabbing your French fries or taking a bite of your burger, and then putting it back.
I thought you took that video down of me.
That was you.
Make one mistake.
You got to have packaging. Secure packaging is definitely a concern.
Absolutely. And that's not necessarily revolutionary, but it's finding it that your guests care about it at such a high level, and then how you make it actionable. So it drives our operations. It drives our innovation. It drives our marketing. Data drives what we do.
Right, yeah. Is all that data you're collecting, is that all point of sale data?
It's all over. So that's where and why we have the smokestack. So we pull it in through point of sale. We pull it in through inventory. We pull it in through our marketing buy. We pull it in through digital. We pull it in through sentiment analysis of all of our social media
right.
outlets. Just every place we can get data, we pull it in.
Unbelievable. So your customers are so you are using that information and you're really targeting the customer and the right customer, getting the right message in the right market.
It's something that I shared this morning that, Roland and I might have had a vision for what we want Dickey's to be. And what we found was more important, obviously, is what our guests want Dickey's to be. Because we want to not just be the last generation. We want to be the third of 6, 7, 8 generations that can still say, we have a Dickey's that's family owned and operated. And our guests do not want us to be a chain. Well, that's kind of hard to hear when
we have 550 stores. I think the cat's out of the bag on that one.
But I'm doing my job when you walk into a Dickey's and it doesn't feel like we're part of a 550.
Isn't that the best?
Chain.
Isn't it the best?
It is. But I wouldn't have known that it mattered so much to our guests to talk about pit smoke, for them to see the block, for them to open the kitchen, for them to be able to truly smell the hickory, to really see that everything is smoked on site. It's not brought in. It is not barbecue in a bag. It really the magic happens there. But they care about that. It matters. The data said that.
I don't think you'd have 550 stores today if it didn't. I mean, people really, that resonates. They don't want to know they're going in and somebody opened up a bag and then just threw it and heated it up. They want to know that you're doing it right there.
Real pit masters doing real.
Now, if all your customers start asking for salads, will you be adding a whole bunch of salads?
Well, we would.
I'm just kidding. I was just kidding about the salads. I was just kidding.
I will tell you an interesting thing that data tells you about salads. Everybody wants one on the menu to feel good about it.
Nobody orders
people order
it. Yeah. You order it.
Well, I know they have salads here. I'll have the barbecue ribs.
I feel okay about my lunch choice, but I'm going to have a loaded stuffed baker with.
You're so right. You're so right about that.
I agree. We put it on all the catering menus. No one ever touches the salad. Right, exactly. All right. Listen, it wouldn't be a podcast without our crystal ball moment, where we ask our guests where they see restaurants and technology 2 years from now. Being that we're at RFIS today, we want to know when we come back to this conference, RFIS, 2 years from now, what do you think are going to be the hot topics and what will have changed or evolved?
I think you will begin to see all of the disparate technology that we have driven through larger providers that are going to work as that intermediary, kind of their own version of a smokestack. You'll see private vendors come in to provide that, so that operators can still pick and choose all the specialists from software and technology, but that it will flow through a platform so that we're no longer in the vendor management business and technology, that you have that partner. I think that's what you'll start to see.
I like it. I got to tell you.
A lot.
Well, Jimmy, no podcast, no matter where it is in the world, would be a podcast without the branded quickfire.
I can't believe you haven't got our producer to give you like a drum roll or something.
We got to come up with special music. I'm going to speak to the producer to get special music. We will get branded quickfire music. We'll add that to this. But here we go. Are you ready for the branded quickfire? I'm going to ask you 5 questions, lightning round questions. Don't think too hard, and just give me the first.
We don't.
Okay. And you think whatever comes through first. Are you ready? Here we go. What is your favorite thing about Nashville?
The music.
Boom. And by the way, look at question 2.
In honor of Music City, favorite musician?
Oh, Dolly Parton.
Isn't Dolly around here somewhere?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Duh.
By the way, this next one's going to be a little disappointing.
Okay. Dolly Parton or Taylor Swift?
Oh, Dolly. Come on.
They're both Nashville people.
And they're both wonderful.
But
you have the original icon.
Dolly Parton. Hot chicken or barbecue chicken?
Barbecue.
What a stupid question. That's a dumb question.
You can be good friends with hot chicken.
Yes.
But you got to start with the barbecue.
You can be good friends.
All right. So tonight, we are super excited that our friends at Rfis are hosting a phenomenal dinner party. I remember the last one. It was crazy, and I'm sure this one's going to get just as crazy at the Wild Horse Saloon. And I am excited to go to the Wild Horse Saloon. And we hear that there is a mechanical bull at the saloon. So if you were to challenge Jimmy or I to a mechanical bull riding competition, who would you have better odds of beating? Jimmy, stand up and show your muscles.
You know,
If I show my muscles, I have to show my belly. So if I
Jimmy, sit down.
I got a better chance.
Okay, here's how I would decide that then. What would you choose, brisket or ribs?
Oh, ribs.
Okay, what would you choose, brisket or ribs?
I'm going ribs.
Oh, well, that wasn't helpful.
Oh, by the way,
I got a bad back, so I don't know about this bull thing.
By the way, can I do both? Can I do the combo package?
You can't mix your meats.
What? No, separate, please. I'm not mixing meats. I'm done. Give me the ribs and the brisket. By the way, throw some barbecue chicken. I'm really having a good time.
All right, then I bet you.
All right, perfect. By the way, you just chose well, because you know what? If I tell you the number of times, how many times I've ridden a mechanical bull, it's probably have a whole lot of fingers left over. That's more than Schatzy. It's more than him. So I'm ready to play tonight. I really have ridden the bull.
I gotta take some leave. I gotta take some leave because I know that my back is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Is a leave code word for something else?
No. Listen, I guess I'm gonna start relaxing. But listen, Jimmy. So did you win that or lose that?
I think
both.
I think I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna get thrown and I'm gonna lose.
You're gonna lose. Well, I gotta tell you, this was great. We're sitting here with royalty in Nashville at Rfis. This is unbelievable.
It's a privilege. I have to tell you. Now,
is this our best guest?
I tell you what,
our next guest.
I guarantee you this. It's better than Sterling Douglas.
Well, that's easy to beat there, Jimmy. Yeah, this was great. Listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You got to go smoke some meat. You got to go open more stores. You got a lot going on. So, Jimmy, can we let Laura go back to the show?
Go back to the show. Laura, thank you so much for doing this. We appreciate you.
Yeah, this was awesome, and we love what you're doing over at Dickey's. And if you haven't already checked it out, by the way, where do we go? How do I want to? If I want to buy Dickey's, what do I do right now?
Dickies.com.
Dickies.com.
How easy was that? And you do, wait a minute, that's what I asked. You do those boxes that you send, you'll ship everywhere, right?
So we do barbecue at home as well.
Yes.
So if you want to do this in your own backyard on your own grill, we will send it to you ready to go.
Dickies at home.
Listen, everybody out there, Dickies.com, you can have barbecue. You don't have to come to Nashville. You don't have to come to the South. You can get it at your house. Jimmy, anywhere, New York City.
Fantastic. Laura, thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, y'all.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, Laura Dickey's Barbecue. That was 550 stores. And that's barbecue royalty in Nashville. I felt a little bad saying that I had that dry barbecue. I felt like that was like insulting.
Yeah, I got to tell you a little bit.
But on the same token, I didn't like the dry barbecue. I like Dickey's. I like that Texas kind of barbecue, you know? Well, anyway, Jimmy, we got a great show and another special guest.
This is a special guest. We have longtime friend of Brandon.
You never forget your first, right, Jimmy?
You never forget your first. Where are you going with that? What are you doing?
I don't know.
You never forget your first.
So
we have Mr. Josh Goodman, founder and CEO of PourMyBeer. He is a second-time guest on Hospitality Hangout. And
the only other person that's ever been on twice is...
No, we've had a few.
Oh, we have?
Yeah.
It's not breaking news.
That's not breaking news. But Josh Goodman being on the show second time, we just
Josh Goodman, second-time guest. That is big.
That is big. Listen, Mr. Goodman, Josh, our friend, we are thrilled to be here in Nashville with you, and we appreciate you stepping off the floor away from the action and stepping back here to do our podcast with us. So if I could ask you, Josh, jumping right into it, what is your favorite part about being back on the road?
This is a hard one.
I'm on the road again.
Uh-oh.
I would say the interaction, just, in the fact that the first event I came back to, you guys are here. So it's like the stars have aligned. But just the interaction, really, there's so much magic that happens in those passing by, hey, what are you doing? Who are you moments that you really can't,
you can't do that on a Zoom call, right?
No. You're not gonna
in person. I agree. It's so good to be back in person. Love that the conference circuit is rolling. And Chat, you and I, we shouldn't be such wallflowers. We might want to get out there a little bit.
Yeah, I got to tell you, let's start traveling.
We gotta start traveling. We can't live on Zoom, Shatsy.
I agree, Jimmy.
So I got here a little early, and I got to hear a little bit of the Dickies, So as you know, we do business with Dickies, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And I told Laura, right?
Laura.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, I actually used, we had a project in Hawaii during the pandemic that was our first Dickies project. I was like, so I got to spend a week in Hawaii with your operators and eat all of your food. So their food's amazing. Chatsy, definitely.
Oh, no, Dickies is all right.
It's funny how he did that trip during like the dead of winter. Like he went there. It's like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, honey, I have to go to Hawaii. January. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, we are obviously big fans of PMB, PourMyBeer. We used it in one of our stores. Can you tell us how the other attendees and the other operators reacting to the self-serve revolution that PMB is leading?
Well, first off, I think I might need to pivot and go into the T-shirt sales business because literally everyone's like, I want that shirt. Can I have that shirt, the PourMyBeer shirt?
Yep. Which
is a close second to the new branded gear that I see you guys wearing.
It's
phenomenal.
Say close second, Josh, but it's second.
It's a second.
Close second.
By the way, our secret sauce on swag, and Josh, I see you're embracing it. Stuff S people will wear.
Yeah.
If you make good stuff, and by the way, that shirt you got, that logo,
that's the famous shirt.
That's the logo. The PourMyBeer. We love the PMB.
I like the story of when your logo showed up on a less likely candidate in New York City.
that can happen sometimes too. That little swag. Listen, you're giving out swag. It's everyone gets to wear it.
Listen, tomorrow you're going to be a panelist on the breakout session, getting into the self-service game. For any of the operators at home who couldn't attend, please get here next time. Can you share one or two takeaways from what you plan to cover during tomorrow's panel?
So recently it's tough to, when you go through an Easy Pass, I think everyone can associate what it's like to drive through the Easy Pass. And then you see those, I don't want to call them less evolved people standing and waiting in lines to pay their $1, $2, whatever, to go through the Lincoln.
Giving to the toll collector.
Yeah. And you just think to yourself, that's insanity. And that's the message that I want to not beat home during the conversation tomorrow, but I don't think people realize how much of a waste of time, not only for them as operators, but you're wasting your guests' time. So, if you don't care about your guests, just broadcast it. Say, I don't care about my guests. I want them to wait 20 minutes to get a drink. Then just run with that.
I think that business model may not be so good for the hospitality business. I don't care about my guests.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think Josh is right. That's not good.
No, I never liked
blank. We don't care about you.
I never liked toll booths either. Never liked toll booths. I think in New York we finally just got rid of the toll booths. You can just drive, and then I don't know, somehow you just say, they figured it out. It took us a long time.
Maybe that's what we have to do. We just have to,
Well, listen, the last time you were here, Josh, I don't know if you remember.
When was that, Chatsy?
Since the last time you were a guest was July 11th, 2021? Is that right?
Could be right.
Our script says 2011. That's definitely wrong.
I think it's 2020.
No, it's 20. I think it's 20.
Definitely not 2011. That's for damn sure.
All right.
Right?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's definitely a typo here, but it's been a while. Okay, it was July 11th, some time ago. PMB, okay, I like to say pour my beverage because you can pour anything. I mean, I say, pour my, you can pour anything.
Beverage agnostic.
You have been moving a mile a minute. You are doing things all over the world, my friend, right? So tell us, what is new at PMB? And I'm going with Pour My Beverage.
So we're talking about breaking news here.
Oh,
I mean, if you've got it, you've got it.
If you got it, Chaz, going to jump
open it, baby. This is the time.
So I had a very long conversation with our partners at Coca-Cola Europe Pacific.
Sorry, what was that beverage company?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
I've heard of that, Jimmy.
I've heard that too. You know what? I got a chance.
So Coca-Cola is your partner.
Yes, and I can't say that would have happened without my loving relationship with the branded strategic.
Is that breaking news? The Hospitality Hangout connected Coca-Cola and PMB.
Oh, stop it.
The Hospitality Hangout makes things happen, baby. That's
when you introduce your buddy to a girl at a party, you're always going to be the guy that introduced your buddy to that girl at the party.
Yep.
But needless to say, things
it wasn't
are
us.
great.
It was the Hospitality Hangout. That's what's doing it. That's because this place, this makes things happen. This podcast makes things happen.
So, as I digress. So, talking to Matt, our partner with Coca-Cola, who you guys met at the airport, was it JFK or
TWA?
I love the selfies. So, talking to him and the implementations of our technology with the traditional soda machines is going phenomenal to the point where they're seeing 140, 180% increases in revenue and traction with our technology being deployed at SeaWorld type places and amusement park type places. And we're rolling it out at Burger Kings and things like that as well. So I would say that we're actively working towards making that package more available for our U.S. customers. As you guys know, we're more heavily focused on the bar, tap room, restaurant. More on the alcoholic space, not as much non-alcoholic. So I would that's something that's really taken on a life of its own over the last, I'd say, 3 or 4 months, and we're excited about where that's going.
See, those results. What'd you say? 140, 180,
140 to 180% just based on the venues.
Boom. That's by the way, Chad. That's breaking news.
I don't want to take the thunder from you because you're finance guy.
I'm telling you, you're putting these systems into places that otherwise we're letting, we're acquiring their staff to pour the beverage, pour the beverage, and now all of a sudden, the margins are up, the profitability's up. That is an awesome, awesome thing.
So let me ask you, what's next in the pipeline? I mean, you're rolling through Europe, putting self-pouring beverage all over Europe. You're doing quick serve, fast casual. You mentioned Burger King is a big customer rolling this out. What else in the pipeline? Can you tell us something else?
So in the United States, we really cut our teeth on the mom and pops. As you guys know, I mean, technically you were a mom and pop when we installed your system in the sense that it was you have multiple locations in New York City.
Which one of us is mom? Which one of us is pop?
I'll be the mom.
Why can't you be two moms?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Absolutely.
It's politically correct, Jimmy.
But to get to the enterprise level where you can support a customer like Hilton or a customer like Dave & Buster's, your technology has to evolve. So that's really where we've been focusing our energy is getting our technology aligned with the various point of sale systems through direct integrations with them, because it all comes down to checks and balances. And I think I might have talked about it before, so I apologize if anyone's ever heard this before, but the whole
hospital. No one listened to the last podcast, Jack.
Well, the 8 people that are listening, maybe. Anyway, so the idea of the hamburger. So when we first started the system.
Wait, the hamburger wasn't your idea, was it?
No, but the hospitality hamburger.
I thought that was Josh's idea.
We trademarked that, hospitality hamburger. So in the hospitality industry, you have the check-in process, which is the top one. You have the meat, which is all the stuff that happens in the middle. And then you have the bun, which is the checkout process. Our buns sucked. In fact, they might have been non-existent when we first started as a company because you had to put entries on both sides on the way in and on the way out. So as we integrated with these technology partners like Toast and Clover and Omnivore and all whatnot, we made it so the check-in process was instant. So you open the tab in the point of sales, connect the card or wristband to the tab, and then you don't have to check out. You literally just can drop the wristband or card in a bucket and you can walk out the door like Uber, right? And so I would say we nailed that experience from a customer's perspective, but now we're trying to do this on a larger scale where it's like, whether it's Hilton or Marriott or these hotel brands that are seeing the benefits of self-pour, working with their existing technology base. So they already have RFID room cards. Why not make them so they can allow people to pour drinks?
I love it.
So we're in Boston. We've got a few more Hilton projects that are already slated to happen. But it's, the goal is to make that so we can roll out 1,000 of them.
So when I get my room key, not only will I open my door, but it'll open up maybe the taps in the lounges or in the suites where they have some of these hotels don't have full service bars, but they have areas where they serve breakfast and lunch and dinner and things like that. You could open up different taps, maybe pour my own wine, pour my own beer, pour my own whatever. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
And then it just rings right onto my
it goes directly
onto my bill.
Onto your bill,
or Jimmy's bill.
Or the Underhills.
Or the Underhills. I like the Underhills who pays for everything for me.
Yes, we always log in on the Underhills. Okay, listen, it wouldn't be a podcast without our crystal ball moment, Mr. Goodman. So we're going to ask our guests. We ask our guests, where do they see restaurants and technology 2 years from now? Being we're at RFIS today, we want to know when we come back here 2 years from now, what do you think are going to be the hot topics? What will have changed or evolved?
Well, I would like to see a lot more self-service drinks out there. So I'm gonna bring that into existence.
Yeah, I want self-pour coffee. I want to go to a Dunkin' Donuts and a Starbucks and just pour my own stuff.
I agree. And look, I'm going to say the following, because I know people are talking a lot about automation and robotics, and there's no question that is the direction that we are going. But I absolutely believe and truly put our money where our mouth is that we think self-serve beverages are one of the most obvious to us strategies to not only address certain labor issues, which are confronting this industry in a massive way, but actually to give the guests what they want. They want to take care of themselves. They enjoy it. We've lived it. We watched our customers embrace the wall and the ability to take care of themselves and try different things. So we believe this is going to be a breakout year for you.
You ever see the thing, you see it on social media a lot of times, the slip from Starbucks where that one customer orders, and has 75 different wants? Let that person put that order in and wait 45 minutes, okay?
I'm always behind that person.
I just want I can pour my own iced coffee. I can pour an iced tea. I don't need help. Give me a cup. I'll do it myself. And the guy who wants the mochaccino with this, that, and the other.
Half calf, half almond.
Let them stand on line. That's great, So I think self-pouring coffee and iced tea and all that stuff, Josh, we're going to make it happen. I'm sorry. Did I tell him we're going to be 2 years?
You know what? I think we're very excited about this, and Josh is going to get us there. Josh, I think we're done here. Anything left?
No. I got to ask Josh. We got the quick fire. I got 5 lightning round questions. Here we go. Are you ready, Josh?
No.
This is the branded quick fire. You've been here before. You were here 35 years ago, the first podcast. What is your favorite thing about Nashville?
I guess the hot chicken.
You really sound excited about that.
Yeah.
I guess
I don't know.
Hot chicken.
No, you know what? Here, can I?
Okay, Josh. What's your favorite thing about Nashville?
The outdoor music scene. Like when you're walking down the street and you can hear people.
All right, it was better, but not that much better.
Okay.
In honor of Music City, favorite musician.
So I watched the Netflix special on Kanye West, and I know he's got some stuff going on, but he's a great musician. I mean,
I don't think it's Kanye West anymore. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeezy.
Yee. Yeah,
Yay?
I think I say Yee.
Yay.
Kanye.
All right. I'm going to be respectful.
Anyways.
Dolly Parton or Taylor Swift?
Dolly.
Your kids are what? Your kids are listening.
Yeah.
You go Dolly?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dolly.
You go with Dolly. Hot chicken or barbecue?
I think I know the answer.
Hot chicken.
All right, so listen. We all know what we're doing tonight, right? We're going to the Wild Horse Saloon. RFIS is put on a big party for us. We're all going to the Wild Horse Saloon. And I understand from Cherryh and the team that they brought in a mechanical bull. Okay? I've never been on a mechanical bull. Jimmy, I don't know if he has or not. But anyway, Jimmy has been on a mechanical bull. If you were to challenge Jimmy or I to a mechanical bull riding competition, who's your better odds of beating?
I mean, Jimmy's got some strong forearms. You can just see. It looks like,
Yeah, I mean, come on, Josh. You're a football player. Jimmy's a football player.
I like my odds against Shatsy.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're
I'm standing a bull longer than Shatsy. I don't know if I'm standing a bull longer than you, Josh, but I'm standing a bull longer than Shatsy.
Josh can hang on to a fucking bull. This I can tell you.
Hey, it's a kid show. Kid-friendly show here, Shatsy.
So you just so were allowed to drop F-bombs.
I still feel I was going to flag you if you did it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, listen, Josh, I know you got a lot going on. We're excited for your panel. I love what you're doing, obviously. Or we wouldn't have been partners with you, because I think it's great. And self-pour is not just here to stay; it is a revolution.
Yes, I believe you're going to walk into venues and it's going to be, there's the one that has the self-serve, and we love it. Josh, we appreciate you and what you're doing for the industry. Love you like a brother, my friend.
I'll see you on that bull tonight.
See you on the
buddy.
Cookies, because they're almost out, so I saved some.
For Jimmy. Jimmy. You see that? Thank you, Josh. You're the best.
Thanks, Josh. Very excited to be here. We want to continue rolling through our VIP guest list on the podcast. We're now going to welcome Cherryh Cansler, editor at fastcasual.com and VP of events at Networld Media Group. Cherryh, thank you so much for being here. What's the buzz on the show on the floor today?
We're just having a lot of fun, and there's a lot of talk about innovation. I think every session has talked about what's new, what's going on, what's the future going to hold. So
by the way, a lot of good energy. People really are psyched to be back in person. And
the show is packed. I mean, I don't know how many people are attending, but it looks like 350 people here.
So it's our biggest year yet, even before COVID.
This is the biggest, because it looks packed.
Yes.
I mean, I saw the bar last night. I mean, it was jumping.
And we can drink in this
industry.
The
restaurant,
the restaurant
hospitality and restaurant industry has been known to have a couple of cocktails. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I checked your tab, Shatsy. By the way, did you buy everybody in the restaurant?
I tried, Jimmy. I tried.
Well played. Listen, tomorrow you're the moderator of a breakout session, getting into the self-service game. We just had our good friend and partner, Mr. Josh Goodman of Innovative Tap Solutions, PourMyBeer, Pour My Beverage. He's one of your panelists on your panel tomorrow. And we're hoping that you can also share one or two takeaways of what you plan to cover during the panel tomorrow.
Well, I think we're going to let each panelist tell their story about why they've entered self-service, how they're using it, whether it is a kiosk, whether it is a beverage wall like Josh's PourMyBeer, why, how much it costs, ROI, is it worth it? Everybody wants it, but is it cost effective? So
can't wait. It's going to be a great session. Is there one type of tech that you would recommend to all corporate franchisors that they should have in their tech stack? If there was one, what might it be?
Oh man, that is
self-pouring beer.
No. I mean that's what I would say.
I mean, that's what Josh is.
That's what Josh is saying.
I'm waiting for the self-pouring vodka. That's what I
gotta say, I think Josh can handle that for you. I think Josh can do that for you. He can do I saw in Chicago, there was a bar we went to, Josh showed us to show off his product. And I got to tell you, they had all the mixed cocktails there. They did the best Tito's and soda on tap. It was unbelievable.
That's
You'd live there. You'd live there.
That's my jam right there. I don't know. There's just so many good ones. Like
it can't be. I think she's being extremely diplomatic,
and that's fine. That's very fair. I respect that.
Everybody's great here. There's a lot of great
sponsors.
companies.
If I said one, then they'd be mad.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You can't say it, but I got to say. So let's just talk a little bit about. Take a step back because you do a lot. Fastcasual.com, right? Mm-hmm. It's the parent company is Networld, right?
Media Group,
you guys have a lot of different things. Can you give our listeners a little bit about all the different parts of the business? Because you've got a lot of publications, you do a lot of shows. Give us a little background.
Yeah, we have several publications. So we have obviously Fast Casual, the pizza. We have our pizza website. We have QSR.com. We have some tech sites. So ATM Marketplace, digital signage. So we're kind of all over the place in every vertical. And then we did several shows like this one. We have Fast Casual Executive.
But very much focused on food service, kind of payments, but it's all kind of in an ecosystem.
Everything kind of goes well together. So all of our events, our attendees are always restaurant operators or retailers. And so they're the decision makers, I would say. It's where vendors like to come.
So you got Fast Casual, you got QSR,
yes,
and you got pizza.
Yes.
And then you have the payments kind of.
ATM Marketplace.
ATM.
And so we have a bank customer experience summit coming up. And then we have the interactive customer experience summit coming up. So, all tech, all food. All
tech, all food. Don't threaten us with a good time.
I know, right?
So if we have to find out, if we want to ask people how can they work with you, Fast Casual Network at Networld, what would it be? What would they do to work with you? How do they get in touch with you? What are we doing?
Yeah, well, you just can go to any of those websites, fastcasual.com, networldmediagroup.com. You can email me, talk to me. I'm booking speakers right now for the Fast Casual Executive Summit coming up in October in Indianapolis.
Whoa, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's breaking news.
That's breaking news. Indianapolis Fast Casual Executive Summit.
Yes.
Can you tell us what we got planned for that?
Yeah, we got to go. You got to go. We have the.
Where is that? What hotel?
Oh gosh.
We don't know. We don't know the hotel, Jimmy, but it's going to be great.
I don't. That's so far.
Let's just talk about Nashville right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Grand Hyatt again?
Let's talk about Wildwood.
Shashy's giving plugs to the Grand Hyatt like crazy.
I love it.
He wants an upgrade. He wants extra points.
I just want to know what's up and coming so we can get. We're in Nashville now, so Indianapolis is our next stop.
Yes, we're going to do a whole offsite thing. Our offsite dinner is going to be at the Indy Car
Oh,
The dollar.
there we
The
go.
Indy 500?
Not the Indy 500, but it's like the dollar. You know what I'm saying?
The
It's
little
like,
ones.
The little cars, like the Matchbox cars.
kind of, but you're going to get to like go in and tour.
Go-karts, go-karts.
And then you're going to get to drive on the street.
I'm going to drive an Indy car. Is that what you're telling me?
You're not going to drive.
Jimmy, we're driving Formula One cars?
You're not going to drive
NASCAR.
it, but you're going to sit
NASCAR.
in it.
Yes,
NASCAR.
you sit in
You're
the
going to
car.
sit in the car,
Get pictures.
and they're going to drive you around.
Oh,
All I know is we're going to be in Indianapolis. There's going to be cars, restaurant operators, and a lot of alcohol.
Yes.
What goes better than alcohol and driving cars? Jimmy, I couldn't think of anything better.
to be clear, we're going to be the passenger.
Yes, exactly.
Passenger.
And there will be waivers.
Yes, passengers and waivers.
Waivers
Let's
the
not,
must.
let's not drive up the insurance premiums for our friends
Thank you. I appreciate it.
at
A lot
Networld.
of trouble here,
All right,
Jimmy.
listen, it would not be a podcast without a crystal ball moment where we ask our guests where they see restaurants and technology 2 years from now. So we're here with you at RFIS.
And I feel like you see a lot of technology.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
Right?
It's the Innovation Summit.
It is the Innovation
Yes,
Summit.
it's awesome. So we want to know, when we come back here 2 years from now to your conference, what do you think are going to be the hot topics, and what will have changed or maybe evolved?
Well, I think labor is always going to be a hot topic, but hopefully with all of our wonderful sponsors are here, they have all different ways to solve those labor challenges. So I think we'll see a lot more self-service. I think we'll see.
You are plugging Josh Goodman today,
I
like
can't
big
even
time,
help
man.
it. I know.
Unbelievable. I mean, it is
know.
just self-pour this, self-pour
Self-pour
that.
that.
I don't know what Josh paid you, but it's unbelievable.
I didn't really hear the plug, but you took it that way.
Yeah, you kind of took it there.
You really went
That's all
there.
right.
I went right to Josh.
You went right to
There's
Josh.
going to be robots everywhere. AI,
Yes.
there's going to be stuff that we have never even thought of.
Right.
There'll be avatars doing our chats and my job
I
right
know.
now.
They wouldn't even be
We
eating.
probably
be
won't
us.
be here.
Yeah.
They
Avatars.
eat in the metaverse.
Eating the metaverse?
Eat in the metaverse.
All tastes like chicken.
Well, lose a lot of weight. I'm going to tell you, we'll lose a lot of weight.
And there's not robots doing all of our
We will
jobs,
be here.
but we'll have to see, I guess.
Well, let's go right to the quickfire.
Did they get the music? No, not yet. All right.
Not yet.
Jackie wants intro music. for
Five
us.
lightning round questions for you. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
Don't
Okay,
panic.
okay.
Don't panic.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing about Nashville?
Music.
Boom.
Live music on every single crappy.
We get live music tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love about Nashville, you can go at 10 o'clock in the morning to the crappiest bar and you have the most talented people that should be on the radio because the talent is so good here.
I love it. I love it. In honor of Music City, favorite musician?
Oh my gosh. Ray LaMontagne.
Oh.
Love him.
Okay. Dolly Parton or Taylor Swift? Both from Nashville, so be
Taylor
careful.
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I
Swiftie.
have a very unpopular opinion. I'm not a Dolly fan.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think she's an
Listen.
awesome person. I just don't like her singing voice,
Yeah.
and people hate me for that.
Yeah,
We're not hating. We don't hate.
No, we love this, man.
Thank you
Taylor's
for your
terrific.
opinion.
Taylor's
I
terrific.
hate.
Open.
Thank you.
Hot chicken or barbecue chicken?
Oh, barbecue.
Barbecue.
I'm from Kansas City,
Yes.
so I'm partial to my barbecue.
I
I'm glad
gotta
you
tell
answered
you.
that because we had Laura Dickey on before, and I think she said she wanted every single person on the podcast.
What kind of barbecue is Kansas City? Is that like
We
relative to this? Like, is it wet? Is it dry?
So we are really famous for our burnt ends, which is amazing. And then, our burnt ends are amazing.
Burnt ends.
Burnt ends are so
We
good.
gotta get to Kansas
Yeah.
City too.
And
Why don't we do a
burnt
show? Can we
brisket.
do a show in Kansas
Oh
City?
my God, you should. I could take
No,
you.
not me. You're the show person.
Oh,
Come on, you can do a show so we can go there.
yes, I am going to do a show in Kansas City. Our airport is under construction. We're going to get like a big city airport.
Oh,
So
nice. All right.
My goal is to have this show in Kansas City in 2024.
And we're
Heard
getting
it here
first
first.
chance. That's breaking news. All right,
Breaking
people,
news.
start booking up for hotels now, people. Book
Yeah.
your airfare now. Get the great deal.
Summer Olympics in Paris and RFIS.
Kansas City, burnt ends, baby. All right, so tonight we know that we're going. You are kind enough to be hosting a fantastic party at the
Yes.
Wild Horse Saloon.
Yes.
We're going to have over 350 people at the
Yes.
Wild Horse Saloon. Capacity is only 100, by the way, Jimmy. So it is going to be packed.
Don't
in
tell
there.
a fire marshal.
I'm not telling anybody. It is going to be packed. Okay. There's a mechanical bull.
We have a mechanical bull. I paid extra for that
extra money for the mechanical
because
bull.
I want to watch all of you drunk fools.
Okay, all right.
On the
Hey, I resemble that.
Yeah. All right, so if you were to challenge Jimmy Rye to a mechanical bull competition tonight, who would you better odds to beat?
Man.
And you're from Kansas City. You've
I'm from
probably
Kansas.
been on a bull before.
I mean, not a real bull, but I have done my share of
Mechanical bulls.
riding. And
And I'm from New York. We don't have that.
Yeah, we have some redneck bars. So
Yeah,
we
we've got
have
like
bulls.
taxi cabs and stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I feel like
we're going to see tonight. We're going to see. You're going to get on the ball. Jimmy's going to get on the ball. So we're going to time it. Who gets it?
I think I'm going to win.
That's the question. Who's Shatz, you and me? I think she's going to win, and it's you and I for the silver medal.
Yeah, there you go.
I think if I duct tape myself to the mechanical bull, I'll stay on for a long time.
Might not be. That might be outside the lines. That might.
So you know what they do at the bar where in Kansas City that has one?
What's
they
that?
Always make the ride like really crazy for the men to get them off really quickly.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the hot chicks that come up, they make it slow and easy,
Okay, I see that.
Yes.
All right,
So
I'm going to ask them to put the hot chick speed.
It's going to be seconds.
Put it on hot.
It's going to be seconds.
Yeah, I got to put the chick speed for Shatsy. That's what I'm whoa. So I can stay on a little bit. All right, well, listen, I know that you have got a lot to do.
Thank you.
I mean, this show is great. It's nonstop action. So we got to get you out of here because I think there's people at the door already saying, we need you. Lunch is not going out. They're out of salad or something at the lunch table. I think they're missing something. There's no cookies left. Jimmy ate all the chocolate chip cookies. But so we're going to let you get out of there. Jimmy, final thoughts?
Really loving the show, loving me back in person, and you guys have curated and cultivated a great crowd. So thank you for everything.
Yeah,
you're doing.
Thank you. Everything you do for the business.
Really excited to be here. No,
all right,
very much.
Now get out of here. Get back to the show.
All right, Shatsy, that was awesome.
Oh, great. Another great guest. Another great guest.
One of the executives in the show, bringing us all together. And now,
in Kansas City in a couple of years.
That was breaking news. Okay, now we get to bring in, it's number 4 spot, the big hitter. We're bringing the big dog. Okay,
clean up.
Clean up hitter. Here we go, Mr. Josh Halpern. Welcome to the show. He is the CEO of Big Chicken and Beer Park. Josh, great to have you here. We appreciate what you're doing. You were a presenter this morning on the topic 5 pain points and 4 wins, driving a guest-centric experience with your partners. For any operator who couldn't make it out to the show, can you share 1 or 2 takeaways from the discussion?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy, right? We all need to be working together to mitigate each other's pain points. And when I ran on-premise for Anheuser-Busch, we learned there's 5 pain points, right? Driving traffic, driving check size, being innovative, having well-engaged staff, and a capable supply chain, right? So if we work together to mitigate those pain points as an entire community, to make sure the guest has a great experience, franchisees are profitable, suppliers have what they need, we should be able to win as franchisors. And if we're driving 5 pain points against 4 wins every day, beautiful things could happen fast.
By the way, that was like one of the best examples of the KISS theory. Keep it simple, Shatsy.
I do know that. I love it.
Banged out very clearly. That's what you need to do. As an operator, anything you've learned, anything you've picked up in the show you think was interesting thus far?
I think, a couple things. When the guy from PAR spoke this morning about vendor spaghetti with the tech stack, never really thought about it like that before. But it's true, right? Like you need to make decisions on purpose, not just because they're cool, but because it's going to be practical. That was a pretty interesting, that was probably the most interesting insight I've heard.
I kind of think there's like nice to haves and must haves.
That's right.
You got to decide. Some things are really cool. That'd be nice to have. And then got to think about the must haves.
Yeah. And if you want to throw 1 or 2 cool things as, hey, I'm going to just prioritize it just because it's cool, that makes sense. But you got to focus on the must haves first.
Agreed.
And thus far, any tech companies that you've come across that you think our listeners should know about or be aware of?
Yeah, transparency apps. And they're like small and stealth and weird and cool. But these guys, the 2 founders, one guy was one of the designers of Ethereum, and the other guy used to be CIO of Wingstop, right? And they basically figured out how to take payment processing and really make it a little bit more free enterprise, really help people take credit card processing fees down. The data they give back to us is pretty unbelievable, and they're helping us save money on our credit card fees.
It's pretty awesome.
You can't argue with any of those things.
Yeah.
So look, I already called. I already pinged him on LinkedIn. Are you kidding me? I got a meeting with him in 10 minutes. Yeah, you mind? Hey, listen, I'm going to brag a little bit about you, okay? Because you were named one of the most influential restaurant CEOs in the country, okay? And a lot of this is due to your success in franchising the brand over the last year, Big Chicken, right? Congratulations on all that. I mean, it's unbelievable. Can you give a little bit to our listeners about your expansion plans? What's happening?
Yeah. So right now, primarily, we're focused on Earth. right now.
Not Mars. You're not going to the moon yet.
I mean, if I could sign one, I'd do it.
Okay.
Right? But
In breaking news, we have a big chicken on Mars. Elon Musk is bringing big chicken to Mars.
Look, if Elon Musk is listening to this, I will sell you a 1-unit deal on Mars for $1, just so we can say Shaquille O'Neal signs the first franchise deal on Mars.
All right, Elon, we've got it out there. Okay,
It's got to be Elon, though, because he could actually pull it off.
Oh,
He can't just be some random guy, right?
No,
Phone line's open, Elon.
That's right. Phone line's open, Elon, right? But we built the company to be able to scale quickly, and obviously Shaquille's a global brand. So, we just started franchising, man, in like September. So now that we're hitting that 150, 160 mark in terms of what we have under development right now. And we're talking with people in multiple countries, multiple continents, but we got to grow smart. We got to do it the right way. We got to have supply chain right, labor right, all this stuff right to go. But I mean, very few chains put like their 8th unit that would pop up in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia behind a Formula One race. I don't know of anyone else that puts unit number 3 on a Carnival cruise ship, right? Like, first award we ever won as a company was best fries at sea. Like that doesn't happen, right? But it's just a testament to Shaquille and how people want to be connected to him.
Yeah, so let's just talk a little bit. So what's it like working with Shaq? I mean, I don't know. Does everyone know that Big Chicken is Shaq? I mean, let's talk. Shaq is how did that come about?
Well, Shaquille, he's the founder of the company.
Right. So how did that all come about?
So JRS Hospitality in Vegas, the R, Perry Rogers, is Shaquille's agent. And the S, Matt Silverman, is an award-winning chef. So Matt and Shaquille got to know each other over time. And everything Shaquille does, I could go on and on about the authenticity of the guy. Every sponsorship, everything has an authentic story connected to it. And because of how personal chicken is to him, I mean, most of his childhood was sitting around the kitchen table eating barbecue chicken, fried chicken, and sides with his mom, his dad, etc. He's like, I can't endorse anybody else's in this space. It has to be mine. We need to do this together because it's too personal. There's no authenticity if I go with somebody else. So they sought out to do it, and they got one open, and then they got the second one open.
Wait, the first store was where?
Vegas.
Okay, right.
And it wasn't on the Strip because you would have no proof of concept on the Strip, right? So they put it's across from the old Hard Rock Hotel. It's now Virgin Hotel. Mm-hmm. And then they built the second one, and then they worked out all the kinks, and a year and a half later, they built the second one. And then COVID hit, and they said, hey, because if we're going to franchise this thing, because of Shaquille's reputation and just the universal love for Shaquille, we need to build the thing like we're already 500 units before we open unit number 3. So they spent all the time building capability and all these things. And then I came in as CEO. We've been continuing that capability build. So when we started franchising these big multi-unit guys, because we're not signing like mom and pops.
No, you want big guys.
We're getting big guys, right? And all of them are like, holy crap, we would have never assumed at your size that you have all this.
You have everything in place to grow. You're ready. You're ready to go.
There's some things we still need to work on. We still need to work on tech stack a bit, marketing, but
that's never ending.
It's never ending.
That's always evolving.
That's right.
So what's in the pipeline? I mean, it's the United States. You sign multi-unit deals in like Dubai, in Europe, or where is it going?
I always use football analogies. We're on the 20-yard line in some of those countries. The only place we have a bona fide deal signed is in the United States right now.
Right.
But if we talk again in 3 months, based on the conversations we're having right now, it could be 5 to 10 countries that we could be talking about.
I mean, is China in the works? I feel like everyone in China loves Shaq, and they go crazy there. They love chicken.
They built like a 30-foot statue of Shaquille just outside of Beijing, and I'm not quite sure.
I don't think Mao Zedong has that.
I don't think he does either. But he has more fans in China than he does in the United States. China's a little complicated.
Well, maybe a little complicated right now, but is that something you're looking at or thinking about?
Like I told you, Earth.
So anybody who wants big chicken and Shaq has an opportunity. Just has to be the right deal.
It has to be the right deal, and it has to be the right partner. Number one job has to be protecting Shaquille's legacy and reputation, and we need partners.
His brand is very important.
It is. Yeah.
I got to tell you, he is a loved, not just a celebrity, but
he was at one of the shows we were just at. I don't know, was it FS?
He was at, RLC.
RLC.
Yeah.
RLC.
And, I mean, people were waiting online to just get a picture with.
So you guys are New Yorkers,
yes,
right? And
with his accent.
Exactly. I lost it living in the Midwest. I'm a New Yorker. I grew up on Long Island, right? UBS Arena. We're in that arena. We had the number one stand by far. So they had to give us a second stand because we were breaking fire code and all this stuff.
Right.
Anyway, I'm worried about going to UBS Arena because Shaquille and I went 2 weeks before the opening for like the big press release, and we're walking through the arena and all these guys are doing construction and they're hammering nails and stuff. And like they'd see Shaquille and they would just drop the hammer mid hammering the nail and start running after us. I mean, he's the Pied Piper of people. Like if the three of us, right? If we were celebrities, you could put on a baseball cap, you could put your collar up, and unless you were like right on us,
it's hard to miss Shaq.
Celebrities. People see him from a mile away. I know
it's hard,
right?
So 7'1", 7 foot,
7'1".
7'1". It's hard not to notice.
But the entire time, I'm like, I really hope they finish that nail when they go back. You know, I don't want to someday hear like, you know,
somebody cut their hand or they caught their jacket. I got to tell you, Shaq does a number of videos of just nice things for people, and that is what I keep hearing about. Away from those who love him for his basketball prowess and his business prowess, he continues to just do nice things. My wife adores him for those videos. Look, it wouldn't be a crystal ball moment if we didn't ask our guests where they see restaurants and technology 2 years from now. So being we're at RFIS today, we want to know, when we come back to the show 2 years from now, what do you think is going to be the hot topics and what may have changed or evolved over 2 years in restaurants and tech?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give an answer that you're going to hate because I'm not going to talk tech, even though you asked a tech answer, right? I'm a big believer tech is indicative of the guest, right? The guest experience is what's going to drive a lot of things, right? And the way Gen Z looks at the space and the way Generation Alpha coming up after Gen Z is looking at the space is going to be dramatically different than Gen X, Gen Y, Boomer, etc. If we're really being honest with ourselves, this is still like a Gen X run industry.
Yep.
Right. Now we're like, oh yeah, we're doing all this great stuff with loyalty and digital and dark kitchens. But okay, we're like entering the millennial landscape. We're not to Gen Z yet. And man, we're definitely not talking the alpha generation behind it, right? What those guests need are going to dictate the tech terms, because we've seen tons of amazing tech over the years, right? That it's in and gone in 2-3 years because it wasn't focused on the guest. The guest is going to be our guide to how we drive tech.
You know what? I don't hate the answer. Actually, I love the answer. We focus our business on helping operators improve their margins. We want to satisfy the operators, and we want to work with operators to help them satisfy their guests. We never want to squeeze in between an operator and their guests because we want to be on their side. And I think what you're saying is very true, because what that next generation guest is looking for, I admit, that still needs to be figured out. Yeah. And I don't not only do I not disagree, I completely agree.
We bring smart guests.
I
got to ask you a question, Josh.
Okay.
Beer park.
Yeah.
That's your concept, right?
Yeah.
That's in Vegas, right?
It's in Vegas.
How many? Is there expansion plans for beer park, or is that a one and done?
We're going to expand it. No, we're going to expand it.
You spent so much time at beer park, and I never knew that was your concept.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
It's awesome.
I mean, that's is that in the parish or attached to the parish?
It's the second story of the parish.
But it's part of the parish, technically. Is that like your landlord at the parish?
Yeah, so Hex downstairs is also JRS Hospitality.
Okay.
I'll never forget. I was trying to build a...
Wait, Hex is yours too?
Well, I don't run it, but it's part of JRS, which is one of our owners, right?
Got it.
But I'll never forget. I was trying to build a Budweiser experience on the Las Vegas Strip when I ran on-premise for Anheuser-Busch. Mm-hmm. And I had this dream, they have 150 Clydesdales out at Warm Springs Ranch in Kansas. And I'm like, I want them to give me 3 or 4 Clydesdales. I want to have it where like you could come take photos with the Clydesdales in Vegas. It would be a very Vegas-y experience.
Very Vegas-y.
Come to find out, on the Las Vegas Strip, you could have tigers, but not horses.
Really?
Yeah,
because that makes sense, because I can't figure it out. I don't know how that.
Yeah, so
your boy got pulled.
But I can't have horses. They're like, you could bring horses to Fremont Street. And I'm like, I don't want to be on Fremont Street. I want to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I get this call from our development guy out in Vegas, and he's like, you're going to get the strangest call of your life soon. Pick it up. You never know. And I got this call, and it's like, hi, my name's Perry Rogers. I'm Shaquille O'Neal's agent. We have the perfect spot for you to look at in Las Vegas for a partnership. And the next thing you know, Shaquille and Perry Rogers, Matt Silverman, they're with me in the St. Louis Brewery. Shaquille was giving some speech there 10 days later. 7 months after that, Perry and I are sitting on top of the Clydesdale Hitch coming down the Las Vegas Strip, cut open beer park, January 30th, 2016. Never forget the day, right? And that restaurant has done unbelievable things. And now that I've rejoined this group now as a part of it, not just a partner to it, we are actively looking to grow Beer Park as well.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome experience.
We've had a great time every time we go there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is a lot of fun. I just wanted to bring that in before I get to the quick fire, Jimmy, because I was thinking about that.
Quick fire.
We can. We gotta go.
I would be disappointed if
you gotta go to the quick fire. So we're gonna do a branded quick fire Nashville edition. Nashville edition here live at RFIS. I got to tell you, I'm only doing 3-letter and 4-letter shows for now.
You won't do it too?
I won't do it too.
What about
I won't do 5 too many.
I feel like you're like the king of Murtec.
Is that how many letters is that?
That's
Jimmy?
like a lot of letters.
That's a lot of letters.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that anymore.
You might have to make that exception.
Yeah, I may have to not go to that anymore.
I'm
you go to Jimmy's going to go to that. Okay, anyway, here we go. What's your favorite thing about Nashville?
People watching.
Nice.
In honor of Music City, your favorite musician?
In totality, it's probably Dave Matthews, but in country, it's Johnny Cash.
I got to tell you.
I'm a Johnny Cash guy.
Johnny Cash is, I'm surprised no one said that.
Yeah.
You know, Dolly Parton or Taylor Swift?
Dolly Parton in what year?
I got
around
wasn't she 9 to 5? 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. Yeah. So we're 9 to 5. So okay, hot chicken or barbecue chicken?
Big chicken.
Good answer.
Good answer. I gotta say, you see what we did there? You see what we did there?
Respect. Good
Big
answer.
chicken. Way to go.
We do have hot chicken and barbecue chicken.
That's why it's big chicken.
Chicken's got all the chicken.
That's right.
Okay, so tonight, you know that we're going to the Wild Horse Saloon.
Yeah.
Big party. It's going to be crazy because, you know, when you get 350 hospitality people together with a couple of tech nerds, crazy things are going to happen.
I'm not sure we want to go with tech nerds. We need, by the way, how about tech professionals? How about engineering specialists?
Is that not correct?
I don't know if you saw, William Hill put the over-under 2.5. 2.5 hospitalizations off that bull.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go. So they're gonna have a bull there. They're gonna have a mechanical bull, and I gotta tell you, I don't know, a mechanical bull.
You know, we take a 20-minute ride outside of town. We can find a real bull. It might be more interesting.
You bring that
under up to 7.5.
I gotta tell you, I would love to get the real bull in there. That would be something. So if you were to challenge Jimmy or I to a mechanical bull riding contest, who would you have better odds of beating? Who can stay on the bull longer?
You know, I thought we were just going to drink beer off in the corner together.
We're definitely going to do that.
I will do that.
Chat, I'm getting you on the bullshits.
You're going on the bullshits?
I'm bullshits. Bullshits.
Yeah.
So who you beat?
Oh, man. I think you're both off that thing in 4 seconds or less. I don't.
Is that what is it? What's the record? Do we know what the record is?
I don't know.
I don't know what the record is.
Week and a half.
By the way, I'm going to say I'm going to be on it longer than 4 seconds. I'm saying, Shatsy, you under. I think the bull guys are going to throw you off on the first turn of that knob.
So I'll tell you what. I'm not answering the question because I like you both, but I'm taking the under on your 4 seconds.
Okay, that's fair.
I got to tell you, I'm going to this thing tonight. I got to tell you, if I have to sign a waiver, I ain't going. That just means that
Josh can have 1 word or 2 words with the bull. The guy could join the bull, and he's right. I'd be off in under 4 seconds.
I've seen them.
It is completely up to 100%. But Josh, you know what they like to do? You should heckle the bull. The guy controlling the bull. You're supposed to make fun of him and heckle him before you go.
Oh, I heard that.
I like that.
Yeah, I
really like that.
I heard that.
It's kind of like one of those voodoo mind tricks. I really like that.
Let's see how that works.
Yeah, let's see how it works out for you.
I'll give him a couple $100 to keep it on low for me.
There we go. Listen, Josh, we appreciate you joining us for the podcast. It's great seeing you out here in Nashville, and we're loving the success that you're having with Big Chicken, and we can't wait to hear what's next with Beer Park. But really love what you're doing and what you're building. To our listeners, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to this
jam-packed podcast,
jam-packed special episode. One of the best, I think, on the road podcasts we've ever done. Without a doubt. I got to tell you, Sterling. You know, you should have been there, man. You had a chance. Listen, we know there are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, and the fact that you choose to hang out with us is something we appreciate and we value. If you want to get in touch with Josh Goodman, Josh Halpern, Cherryh or Laura Dickey directly, you can contact the podcast team at Podcast at Brandon Strategic, and we'd be happy to make introductions. We no longer give out personal cell phones or emails because it's frowned upon. So contact us. We'll connect you with our guests.
If I want to order Big Chicken, talk to me. How do I get it?
We're on Goldbelly.
Goldbelly?
Shout out to Goldbelly.
What's the is it bigchicken.com? What's the
bigchicken.com. You could go to Goldbelly. You could go to an Islanders game being in New York.
The new stadium?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of things happening. If you live out in California, we're going to even be at the Los Angeles Fair coming up in a little bit.
All right, so go to bigchicken.com, everybody, and check out and keep an eye on what's happening because there's big things happening. Big Chicken and Shack.
Big things happening. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on any of our exciting guests coming up. Better yet, even invite a friend to hang out with us the next time. So with a lot of appreciation and thanks to Mr. Halpern for joining us, this is Jimmy Frischling, your finance guy, signing off and passing it back to my boy Shatsy.
This is Shatsy, a.k.a. Restaurant Guy, Hospitality Hangout. Cheers, everybody. Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.